first of all, the important questions for the ICG customers is, of course, what will change for them in shorter and longer terms? Maybe at first we ask Bernd.
Well, first and foremost, it will change to the better. ICG becoming part of a greater family, greater service, broader product portfolio. We can not only serve the needs of group fitness now, we can also join forces with the greater family of the Life Fitness brands and provide a full service from start to finish to our customers across the globe.
And what's in your from your angle?
Well, when we look at Indoor Cycling Group, we look at the leaders in group cycling, not just the name, but the category itself. And as we partnered with them years ago to make our Life Fitness GX bike, we saw them as being not only smart people, but innovative people and people that were easy to work with, and that they're a great fit for us. So as we look at our portfolio of products, although we do have two versions, if you will, of the Life Cycle GX bike, they pale in comparison to the portfolio of product that ICG has with the Tomahawk, the products that they've come out with the IC series. So we're going to add a great group of bikes, a great group of people into our company, and we see it as not only building out the portfolio, but giving our customers the opportunity to have products across the entire range, including group cycling bikes that are top of the line.
That sounds quite good, quite about like happy people now, what I have in front of me. I think what I heard is that you're not buying only a hardware company, you're buying also the people, the expertise, the knowledge, the know-how. Indoor Cycling Group contains the word group. So I think it goes beyond the product cycle. Is that right?
Well, for sure. We talk about people as being the most important asset. And if you look at the group cycling itself as a category, the success of the category itself is bringing people together and experiencing the energy. If you look at the company that is ICG, it's a group of people that have been brought together that enjoy what they're doing and have a great time working every single day of the week, not every single day, but for several days a week, but working together. And I think the fit, not only of the people at Group Cycle, the group cycling family here in Germany, but the Life Fitness family overall, because we've been working with them for several years in joint ventures and development, we know who we are. We know exactly what we're getting into as a group, and we know how well we work together. So I think the people here are an extension of the leadership, and I think that leadership and those folks will fit very nicely into the Life Fitness family.
Indoor Cycling Group stands for innovation and developed a lot of great things during the last years. How important is this for you and Life Fitness? How do you evaluate that?
Yeah, I talked about the value of the people, which is amazingly important to us. But the results of those people doing hard work over the years has created this portfolio of products, these IC products. And we do value it because we see innovation as being an important part of what makes Life Fitness successful. So whether it be the MyRide, whether it be the Train by Color, even the watt rate technology that they have, these are very important innovations that have been created, but have also been recognized as being valuable in the industry. So when we look at the position in ICG and how they've done what they've done, it's a lot like what we see in our own business. So I like to talk about the marketplace as being a stream or a river, if you will, and it has a current, and people who operate within the current, who float along, are operating in the market. So they might be considered market driven. So they're driven by the market, which is the stream itself. And there are people within the marketplace that are successful, that operate in these little eddy pools off to the side. They don't really innovate, they don't change much, but they have a niche product that's been successful and they stay there and they're successful. But we see ourselves as being market drivers, to be out in front, to be going faster than the current. Being part of Brunswick Corporation and owning the boat business, the pleasure boating, and having Mercury Marine, we put an outboard motor. In fact, we put a 350 horsepower racing motor on the back, maybe 4 or 5 of them, to try to get out in front of that stream, because we want to be market drivers. And part of the way that we have found success, and ICG has found success, is to deliver things to the market that they hadn't even thought of. But once they see them, they think, how could we live without that? And how did we live without that? So that's a really good fit for us, because we do believe that the mentality at ICG is about being market drivers, to be out in front. We feel the same way. And so what other companies might see as risk and might be afraid of, we embrace it as being part of the way we do business.
Bernd, how do you comment that?
What a risk for some people is an opportunity for others. And I like to see the glass half full. And I like to make the market rather than be with the flow. And that has driven us from zero to where we were yesterday, I must say. And with the 350 horsepower outboard engines, we will accelerate the journey. That's all I can say. And I'm looking forward to that.
So the word group fitness, I think, is an important thing, which is maybe, especially for Life Fitness, an asset which is interesting. What can you bring in with your knowledge, Bernd?
20 years of expertise of how group fitness works, how to communicate a message to the people which are of essential importance in the group fitness segment. And it takes great minds to create great products, and it takes a great organization to execute upon these ideas, not just on conceptual ideas, but also on products. And we feel that this marriage is a perfect match for the benefit of all parties involved.
So you're bringing in not only the bike, but also your expertise and maybe some ideas for the development for the future. But you founded a company several years ago. I remember the stories about the first 50 bikes sold in Karlsruhe on the Body Life Convention. And you said, well, this was a very small thing, and now you're a big company and being now even part of a very big concern. But you're selling something, a piece of your heart maybe. What's happening in your heart at the moment?
I'm not selling a piece of my heart. I'm becoming part of what I feel is a great organization. We as ICG, after a 20 years journey, have gone where I believe no one has gone before in this category. And we come to realization that to continue the path of success, we need to decouple our engine and couple our carriage to a much stronger steam engine. And I believe together with Life Fitness, we are much stronger, and this will provide more prosperity for our ideas, for the company, its employees, products, and everything to come. And I'm the happiest man alive that I had the opportunity to become part of that journey. So for me, it is not an end, it is a start.
I think you are known, you and your company are known that you have a great team. Does your team think the same? How have they been involved during the last 12 months developing this wedding?
All of the leadership team was involved in the decision-making process, and it was a collective decision for the better of the company, for the long-term future of the individual, and for greater prosperity of what we have in mind doing over the next couple of years. But we come to realization that it is better together than alone, and meeting people like Chris and his leadership team made us feel that this is a perfect cultural fit. We understand each other, we share the same ideals, and this is what you need to move on.
Chris, do you see the same? You know the management team of Bernd, of course, since years, but I think during the last 12 months, even better. How do you think about them, about the communication with these guys?
Well, first of all, I do know them quite well, and I've known them both on a professional level as a partner and supplier, but also on a personal level and spending time with them as individuals. And again, I think fit is everything. You can have a great product, you can have a great technology, and you can put it together in an organization and maybe be successful. But when you have all the things that you need around the product side, but you have great people behind it, then ultimately what you have is a team. And I look at the group that's becoming part of Life Fitness, in this case ICG, and say, can I imagine them being part of Life Fitness in Brunswick? And the answer is absolutely yes. And can I see them be tremendous contributors and continue to drive value for the organization? I'd say absolutely yes. And then I imagine our folks working with them and having that same experience. And because we worked with them as partners, because we not only designed our bike, but are supplied our bike by the group ICG, we know what we're getting into on both ends. And we know the person that we've been, in this case, let's call it dating, the person that we just married, we know exactly who they are. There's no surprises. This isn't a honeymoon. We were together before. This is just, we moved in the same house now.
Sounds good. How big will be the role of group fitness in the strategy of Life Fitness during the next years? Because I think the guys who are doing the indoor cycling, these are really hardcore group fitness guys. When you're sitting on the bike in a 20 bikes in one room and having strong music. I think that is maybe the big tip of the group fitness. How will this influence maybe other parts of your company, maybe even in the strength section?
Well, realize that we've been selling group cycling bikes now for 20 years. We just haven't been as intimate in the design and development, particularly around the education, as Indoor Cycling Group has. So this isn't a new category for us. I would say the passion that they bring not only to the design of the product, but to the training that takes place after the purchase has been made is much greater than anybody that we've worked with in the past. And in fact, our products will be as good as they can possibly be in the market, but the people who are developing and the training and executing that are maybe more passionate than the products are, right? In the sense that as much passion as you get from the product, it's the people who deliver those products and train you and continue to inspire you, give you greater passion. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing here. As far as group training goes and the combination of group training products, we have a great portfolio already of products that we're putting together. So we have hammer products, whether that be HD Athletic or HD Elite for people to do strength training. We have Synergy for people to do on-product and off-product training. We have a rower, the Row GX. We have the bike, the Life Cycle GX that we use. We have the Spark Trainer from Cybex that we use. So we have both products that are using for strength training, products that are using for high-intensity interval training, and then we have all the accessories to go around those products. So this is an extension of that, and that passion that they have around group training for bicycles, we hope them to bring that passion, that focus, and that delivery to the group training category as a greater whole.
You said, Bernd, 2 or 3 questions before that this is not the end, this is the start of something. What do you think about the future of indoor cycling, maybe on a especially on a technological way? You developed so many things during the last 12 or 18 or a month, 36 months. Is there something to come? Is there something you expect in the indoor cycling market, or is this the end of the evolution?
There's never an end of the evolution. There's always something new to come. Stay and watch.
Okay.
It's always good for a surprise.
And I heard you have got a lot of ideas in your head.
Sure. Creative mind never stop.
Well, the cards have been reshuffled in the global indoor cycling market through the last few weeks or months this year. You know, the brands have changed, the companies and all these things. Everybody knows it's in the market. Where do you see the benefits and the risks of this reshuffle of the brands? Is there a better way coming up? Is this a better way to come, or is it consolidation?
Well, I can only speak for Life Fitness because some of the brands that have shifted to other locations and other larger companies, it depends on how well they execute. I think it's going to be great. I mean, for our customer, for our dealer, our distributor, for the folks that have been purchasing the ICG products around the globe, I think this is a good thing. It gives us an opportunity to be, again, top of the heap relative to the category. So this is the best assortment of group cycling bikes in the world. Joining with Life Fitness, again, joining with brands like Hammer Strength and SciFit and Cybex and Life Fitness and in Movement, which is our office-based active workplace product. We're really trying to bring together great brands and the best portfolio of product, not for a specific customer, for a wide array of customers. And those customers have different needs and wants. And when it comes to group cycling, we have an excellent solution here. When it comes to group exercise, this product can be plugged as an excellent solution. When it comes to being in a hotel or a university rec center, we have a great solution now. The products that we're talking about here, not only the bikes, but the technologies, trained by Color and MyRide, these are technologies that can be used across customer types.
One last question. When you're buying Indoor Cycling Group, you have also a company who stepped more and more into the end consumers market to the last 12 or 24 months. You're also in this market, in the higher ending products. How important is this target group, the end consumers? Is this something which you could develop stronger during the last next years?
We believe so. We look at the consumer market, and we've been in the consumer market now, going back to the original life cycle bike. So the original life cycle bike in 1968 was sold direct to consumer. It was a mail or a flyer sold directly to consumer. It also went into some commercial applications. But we have a consumer group that's fitness. We have a consumer group that does active recreation, which is billiards and foosball and table tennis. So we have a group that's selling consumer products already across the globe, and group cycling is popular. Now, we do sell our group cycling bike, but we don't have nearly the portfolio of product or nearly the compelling story around technology that our cycling group has. So having that product within our consumer portfolio is going to be making us more successful for sure.
Bernd, is this an interesting strategy for you too, to have these like Brunswick and consumers products portfolios where you can step in?
Sure. There's an unbelievable amount of opportunity out there outside the commercial fitness industry. And over the last 24, 36 months, we created ways to tap into high-end consumer direct marketing. And this is certainly something we would like to see prosper over the years. That's not just limited to indoor cycling products, but beyond that to treadmills and other things. We will see how that goes, but we are confident that what we have created and proven the concept to be functional can be replicated and rolled out across the globe. And together, as I said, we are stronger than alone.
Thank you very much. It was very interesting to listen to you, and I wish you all the best for all the common ways you have during the next months and years.